Welcome to Module 3 of the Freedom Ticket. Before we get started and really get into the weeds here, I just want to give you a little bit more background on what to expect in the course. This is an interactive immersion. This is not your traditional course that you would see out there where it's just a bunch of PowerPoint slides and it's kind of boring. You're going to see me on screen. You're going to see a whole bunch of different ways of learning in this course, and hopefully this works really well for you. It's worked really well in the past for the students, and so I hope you enjoy this different way of actually learning and experiencing a course. Now, you're going to be prepared to master the issues that come up. I'm going to be showing you a lot of details, a lot more details than what most courses do, because the problem in this business is the more you make, the more issues that come up. The bigger your company grows, the more hassles, the more problems you got to deal with. I'm going to make sure you're prepared for all of those so you have the best chance of success and to making this business the best it can be for you and your family. Now, I'm going to be giving you the strategies and all the tools and the basic understanding to become a successful Amazon seller. What we're not going to be covering in this course are all the little hacks. This is not a course about shortcuts. This is not a course about hacks. We teach some of that in the Helium 10 Elite Mastermind once you're at an advanced level. And you'll see a lot of other courses that's all they teach you. Like, these are the shortcuts. And a lot of times those things last for a month or 2 months or maybe 3 months, but they're not the foundations. They're not the fundamentals that you really need to know to have a really successful business. So you're going to be learning the fundamental things, the really good information that you need to know, so that as hacks come and go and as tricks and different things that you see on the internet come and go, it's not going to affect you really. You can decide if you want to use some of those from time to time, and maybe they'll give you a competitive edge for a little while. But those things are always short-lived. And so the other thing I want to make sure you know, that this is not a cookie cutter course. This is not, here's the roadmap. Here's step 1, step 2, step 3, step 10, you're done. That's what a lot of courses do, and that's not what I believe in. I believe in teaching you the knowledge so that you have the fundamental knowledge. You know everything that you need to know so that you can make your own way. You can make your own path through the woods, because that's how you're going to have success. Because when everybody is doing the exact same thing, very few people succeed. Only the people at the front of the pack usually succeed, and everybody else that's following them has a hard time, because it's just they're finding the exact same products, they're doing the exact same style of selling, and it makes it very, very difficult. Not that some of those things aren't bad, you might want to incorporate some of those, but I want to make sure you have all the knowledge and the fundamentals that's going to give you the real chance of succeeding here on Amazon. Now, there's really 4 keys to success to selling on Amazon. This is what you have to master. Once you've mastered these 4 things, you're going to have a really good chance of success. And just focus on these. Don't get caught up in all the little shiny objects and all the new things that come out. And you'll see stuff on the Facebook groups and other places where someone's asking about this. Don't worry about that. Master these 4 things and you'll have it down. The first thing you got to know how to do is how to pick profitable products. And so many people get stuck on this thing, this one thing. I see people that have taken a course and it's 6 months or a year later, and they still haven't picked their product. They're afraid to pull that trigger. This is their life savings that they're spending, and they're afraid to pull the trigger. Don't be one of those people. Get in there and do it. A lot of times you might not succeed on your first product. That's okay. It's like getting a master's from a university. You're going to learn so much. You've got to get in there and start doing things. You can't just go from course to course to course. I see a lot of people that maybe the Freedom Ticket's their second, their third, their fourth, their fifth course that they've taken, and they still haven't done anything. Don't be one of those people. Get in here, learn, and do. You're going to learn. You're going to have a greater chance of success by getting there and doing it than you are just sitting back and constantly trying to learn. And am I making the right decision? Don't get emotionally tied to any one product. I see so many people like this is their baby. They know this is their great product. They've spent a lot of time on research, and they stay with it too long. If a product is not working, bail on it. I have a rule in my business. I give a product 6 months, and after 6 months, if it's not reaching certain strategic goals, it's out. I eliminate it, even sometimes if it's profitable, because it doesn't make sense for me. And so don't get too emotionally tied. This is a numbers game. It's a data game. And so don't get emotionally tied on a product. The second key to success is you've got to know how to create a good listing. Now, what is a listing? A listing is your advertising page on Amazon. It's where your pictures are, your title, your bullet points that describe your product, your description. Maybe you have a video. It's basically your sales page. It's your 24 hours a day, 7 days a week salesperson for you. You got to know how to create that properly. Not only that looks good and that makes sense and it's read well by a human, but also that's read well by Amazon, by the algorithm, and knowing how to rank and use tools like the Helium 10 tools to actually figure out exactly which words and which things should you put there. Um, Good keywords are crucial. You have to be discovered on Amazon. I see so many people, a mom and pop shop that I know sells bath soaps, and they said they make these handcrafted bath soaps, and it's a really good product. They went and they said, you know what? People kept telling me, you should sell these on Amazon. You should sell these on Amazon. So they did. They went out and they put them up on Amazon. And a year later, they came back and they said, Amazon, we don't make any sales there. Amazon doesn't work. It just doesn't work. We've sold like 5 units. It's because they don't know how to create the proper listing with the proper keywords. You have to get discovered on Amazon. You have to be, if you remember that analogy earlier about the freeway, you got to be on the right freeway. You can't be on the side streets. You got to be on that major thoroughfare. And if you know how to do that properly, that's what we're going to teach you, you have a great chance of success. Images are another crucial thing. So many people spend so little money on photos. They don't take the time to properly develop their photos and do it right. People eat with their eyes first. So you got to make sure your images, and a lot of times your images is what's going to sell your product over the copy or anything else. So creating a good listing is crucial. And we're going to be talking about how to do that in detail. The third thing is you need to know how to drive traffic to your listing. You have to know how to get reviews. Reviews are almost like the currency of Amazon. Without reviews, people don't trust you. You need that social proof. There's a rule on Amazon that says you need about 20 to 20, or not on Amazon, but in general, you need about 20 to 21 reviews to where people will actually start believing you. Until you get to that magical point, people are like, it's not quite enough. It's something psychological about 20 or 21 reviews. But at the same time, there's products on Amazon that have 10,000, 20,000 reviews. And those are very difficult to compete against because as a buyer, someone's looking at this, you got 20 reviews and you got a 4.5-star rating, and some other guy's got 10,000 reviews and he's got a 4.5 rating as well. More people are going to trust the 10,000 people that said this is good than the 20 people that you said it's good. So it's crucial that you know how to how to get reviews within the terms of service of Amazon to help your product. That doesn't mean you need to have 10,000. You can do well with 20, 50, 100. But you got to pick the right products that where you can compete. You also need to know how to rank, because on Amazon, selling on Amazon, if you're not on page 1 for the keywords that you're targeting, you're basically dead. Very few people, only about 30% of the people actually scroll past page 1 on Amazon. So if you're not on the first page of results, which could be 16, 24, or 48, depends on the category and the format, you're basically DOA. And so the keywords you need to be on is you got to use these tools to figure out which keywords you need to be on, because that's going to be a major determination of your success. And a problem a lot of new sellers make is they look at these tools and they see that a keyword like bully sticks has 40,000 searches a month. And so they go and they target, they try to get ranked for that keyword, but super competitive. And maybe they can't, it's very difficult to stay on the page 1 of those results. But there's other keywords that maybe get only 5,000, like bully sticks made in the USA, that searches a month, but the conversion rate's much higher because it's a longer tail keyword and more people are buying. It's easier to get ranked and less competition. Those are the kinds of things we're going to show you so you know how to properly build your listing to drive the right traffic within the Amazon ecosystem. If you're having to drive traffic from outside Amazon, people always say, should I run a lot of Facebook ads, or should I do things on Pinterest or Instagram or all these things to drive traffic to Amazon? I think you're making a mistake because I think as a seller, if you're going to focus on Amazon, you should focus on Amazon and take advantage of the system, the opportunities that are already there. If you're having to spend a lot of money driving outside traffic, then I think you might have picked the wrong product. You should be driving that traffic to your own website, to your own Shopify, or something else instead. The only time you should drive outside traffic, there is a time and place for it, and that's when you're trying to rank on Amazon, when you're trying to kind of manipulate the system a little bit to show some proof and to get some rank on Amazon. That does make sense, and we're going to talk about that. But outside of that, I don't think you should drive outside traffic to Amazon, except for that reason for ranking. But we're going to talk about all that stuff in the course. And then once you've mastered these 3 core principles, all you have to do is rinse and repeat. And just repeat the process over and over and over as you launch new products or new variations or new colors or styles, and then you grow your business. And that's really all it takes to really master it on Amazon. There's 5 key metrics that matter on Amazon. And we're going to talk about these in detail, but these 5 key metrics are the keyword demand on Amazon. That's where I start. Some people, they use tools like X-Ray or some of the other tools that are out there, and they will pull up all these sales results, and they'll pick products based on those tools, how well they're selling. I don't really care about that. The selling does matter, But I always want to know what's the keyword demand. When I use a tool like Blackbox from Helium 10, which we'll talk about, recently they just added a new feature called the keywords. And before you were able to actually find products based on all these different criteria, which is great, but I always had to take it one step further and say, okay, this is a great product. Well, what's the demand on Amazon? So that's the number one thing for me is keyword demand on Amazon and competition amongst that keyword. That's number one above anything else. We're going to show you how to do that in this course. And then once you know that those keywords, what the keywords are, what you're going to target, what is your relative rank? Some people say you need to be in the first position. Some people say the second position. Some people say that it doesn't matter as long as you're on page one. There is a curve where a lot of times, and it depends on the product, but usually about the top 6 to 8 positions have most of the sales. So that's where you really want to be. And so where's your relative rank compared to your competition and what they're selling and their price and what they're offering? So that's really important. Cash flow. Cash flow kills more Amazon sellers than anything. People start with this and they spend all their money on their first product and they don't have any money to then buy their second inventory or to do advertising or do other things, buy software tools or anything else they need. They run out of cash. Maybe they're successful when they first start and they can't order their second batch. Running out of stock on Amazon will kill you. It's basically like starting over. You run out of stock on Amazon, you might as well, you're starting over. You're going to have to spend all your money again if you're out of stock for more than a week or so. If you're out of stock for a month or 2 months, competition comes in. The algorithm on Amazon is very particular, and it's a death knell for a lot of people. So you have to know your cash flow, and so many sellers don't know this, and it's really not taught. Nobody really teaches it except here in the Freedom Ticket. There's a couple other places that do it, but you're going to know exactly how to do your cash flow. The next one is ROI, which stands on return on investment. We're going to talk about that more. But so many people, I've had students that come to me and they'll get on a phone call with me and they'll say, Kevin, I'm not making any money on my product. I take a look at their product, and their product, by the time they pay for it and they pay the shipping and the duties to get it into Amazon, it's called landed cost. Maybe that's $12 and they're selling it for $17. I'm like, there's no way you're ever going to make any money on this. They're like, well, I have $5 profit. And I go, no, you don't. The ROI is, and we're going to talk about its return on investment. The higher that number, I like for 150% or higher. The higher that number, the better. And we're going to show you how to find products that have that. And then ROII is another one for experienced sellers. It's return on an inventory investment, a whole different number that maybe you need to drop certain products. And then the last one is that's really important to the 5 key metrics is profit. You do have to make a profit on a product. So that is a really important thing to make a product. Now make a profit. Now, some people say, is the gold rush done? Is selling on Amazon, is it over with? Have I missed the boat? And I say absolutely not. Sales on Amazon in 2018 were about $230 billion. In 2019, about $300 billion. It just keeps going up and up and up. Amazon controls over 50% of every dollar that's sold online in the United States, over 50%. And that number is increasing almost monthly. It's a really, really good opportunity to sell on Amazon right now. I mean, so is it harder than it was before? Absolutely. But the gold rush is not done by any means. And so I think right now is the best time you should get in. Now, when you're selling on Amazon, there's basically, I like to look at things as a rule of threes. And so when I'm selling on Amazon, you're going to get into the nitty gritty and get the hardcore numbers. But if you're just doing a general analysis from outside of Amazon, it's a rule of threes. It's basically, I say, divide by 3. So 33%, 33%, 33%. Your first rule of 3 is your cost. Your cost of making the sale, which of actually getting the product, having it shipped into the United States or wherever you may be selling, and making the product, shipping it, getting it in, the packaging, all that stuff should be about 1/3. So whatever it takes from the factory to the Amazon warehouse should be roughly about 1/3 of every dollar. Your fees for selling on Amazon, this will vary by category and by weight, and there's a few variables here, but they should roughly also be about 1/3. So about 1/3 of every dollar is going to pay Amazon for warehousing it, for shipping it out. Amazon gets a commission on everything that they sell. So that takes about 1/3 when you add all those fees up. And then your other 1/3 should be your profit. You should be making around a 33% profit. Now, most companies, you may see people say something on Facebook that they're doing 50% profit, 60% profit. You can pretty much not believe most of those people. There are the exceptions to the rule, the occasional exceptions, but most of those people are not factoring in all their costs. In this business, and you're selling private label, which is what we're going to be teaching in this business, you should have at least a 20% profit margin after you've paid for everything, all your salaries, all your advertising costs, all your everything, the rule of thirds, everything. You should have at least 20% left. 25 to 30% is better. And you can achieve that, but 20% should be your bottom line number. And there's very few businesses where you can get those kinds of margins. You look at the restaurant businesses, they work on 3-4% margins. You look at grocery stores working on 1-2% margins, 20% margin. That's why this business is so attractive and why you're in the right place to really change your future and to have a good chance of making money on Amazon. Now, there's lots of different ways you can make money on Amazon. There's like 10 different ways you can skin this cat, so to speak. So one way is doing wholesale. And so wholesale means where you're actually going out there and you're making a contract with a supplier. Maybe you've got some guy that that sells flashlights, and he's got a big warehouse in Tennessee, and you see that they're not on Amazon, and you say, hey, I would like to do your product for you. I know how to do the listings. I know how to market it. I know how to do this. I'll buy from you for $10. I'll sell them on Amazon for $20. That's wholesale. That's one way to make it. Another way people make money is online arbitrage. Online arbitrage is where people will look for things that are priced differently online. Maybe they go to the Best Buy website and they see that a radio clock is only $5, but people are selling it for $20 on Amazon. So they'll buy it for $5 on Best Buy and then sell it for $20 on Amazon. Or they'll do stuff on eBay or other marketplaces. That's called online arbitrage. Another one that people do is called retail arbitrage. Retail arbitrage is where people go to their local stores, maybe their local Walmart, a local dollar store, and they see that, or Toys R Us or Radio Shack, when they went out of business, people were going there and just buying like everything they could buy from Radio Shack or Toys R Us, and then turn around and buying them cheap, at 20 cents on the dollar, and then selling them, turning around and selling them on Amazon at regular price. It's called retail arbitrage, where you're arbitraging price differences between marketplaces and what people are willing to pay. You see a lot of people do this at Christmas with popular toys. Maybe they'll go go into the local toy store and buy 5 or 10 of the most popular toy for Christmas. And because it's so popular, they can sell it for a premium price on Amazon because there's people all over the U.S. that want that. They don't want to go searching, driving in the car from Walmart to Walmart to Walmart to get it for the kid. They just I want it for my kid. I need it tomorrow. I don't care what the price is. That's retail arbitrage. There's other people that do affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing is where they will set up websites and they will make a website. So a lot of these websites you see when you Google something, what's the best snoring device? And you type in best snoring devices of 2019. Most of those websites that come up are all BS. They're not real. You can't trust that these are really the best. These are people that are doing affiliate marketing a lot of times, where these people are actually making a list of what they quote unquote think are the best, and probably they never even tried any of them, and they rank them from 1 to 10, and they have links that go to Amazon, and for every sale that they make 3 to 7% off of every sale. That's affiliate marketing. That's another way people make money. But the best way, hands down, to make money selling on Amazon is what's called private label. And private label is what you're going to learn about in this course. And private label is just, it's amazing what it can do for you, because private label, basically you're almost creating your own product line. Now, some people say you need to create a brand to sell on Amazon. You'll see this in the Facebook groups. You'll see this from other gurus that say you can't just sell products on Amazon. You have to create a brand. That's BS. Total 1,000% BS. And it's usually from people that are saying that don't know what the heck they're talking about. Building a brand, I want to be very clear. Building a brand and selling on Amazon are two different things. They can go hand in hand. They can go hand in hand, but it takes a lot of money to build a brand. A brand is not your logo. It's not your name. Now, you will have a name and you will have a logo, and that is part of your brand. But a brand is an identity. It's a way that when it makes people feel, when they buy a Louis Vuitton purse, it makes them feel that they're of a certain status, or it makes them feel special. When they buy a certain car, they have an Apple phone. That's why people stand in line to buy Apple phones. It's a brand. It's a way of making you feel. It's an emotion. And to sell things on Amazon, you're really not doing that. Can you do that later? Yes. And I can recommend that people that are successful on Amazon pivot down the road once they're successful on Amazon and start to actually develop a brand off of Amazon. But in the beginning, don't worry about that so much, because unless you've got a lot of money, and I'm talking hundreds of thousands of dollars to start this business, It's going to just be a sidetrack. It's just going to be something that you're worried about. It's going to take your eye off the prize. Focus on Amazon. Focus on maximizing your opportunity on Amazon. Once you've done that, then you can expand out and worry about selling on Walmart or selling about other places or building a brand, building out your own website. You should have your own website in the beginning, but it's more of just a stationary website. It's just a basic website. It's basically a business card, and that's it. You don't need to worry about driving traffic to it or building out. I got to own the customers. Amazon owns the customers. I'm going to show you in this course, there's all kinds of ways to get that data. Take advantage of this amazing opportunity that's before you with Amazon. Focus, go all in on Amazon. And some people say, well, that means all my eggs are in one basket. But I can tell you that most sellers that are selling out there, even those guys that are selling off of Amazon, their eggs are still all in one basket because Amazon is so dominant. Like I said, over 50% of all online sales are made on Amazon, and it's just growing, and they're so dominant that I recommend you focus on that. Don't worry about all these side things at the beginning. And the beauty about this business is if you do it right, I recommend that your first year selling be your learning and your earning. You're learning, you're going to make some mistakes. You might lose a little bit of money. It's common. Don't get discouraged. I see so many people get discouraged. Don't get discouraged. Your second year of selling on Amazon, you're optimizing. You're adding more products. Now you know what you're doing. You're adding variations or different colors or styles. You're optimizing your business. Maybe at that point, you're starting to think a little bit about how can I pivot this into a little bit of a brand. In year 3, you're preparing to sell your business. Because when you sell your business, that's when you're going to make, according to Scott Dietz, who's one of the most foremost experts, and he helps a lot of people out there at Northbound, his company that sell a lot of business, a lot of FBA brokers and different people really respect him. According to him, about 57% of the money that you make in this business is going to be made the day you sell the business. You only make about 6% of your money as you're running the business. Another 30 some odd percent, 37% or so is made in the future. It's like, if I keep this business 10 years from now, I'm going to make, the rest of my money. But most of the money is made when you sell. And you may be thinking, why the heck would I ever sell this business? If I'm making a profit, it's paying my bills, why would I sell it? It's called leverage. There's no other opportunity to get such leverage in this business. Some of my friends, I know one friend of mine sold their business, a husband-wife couple sold their business for $4 million after 3 years. Now, what did they do with that $4 million? They went out and they told me they went to one of the best restaurants in Vegas and spent $3,000 on a meal. They put a bunch of money away for their kids' college education. They took a nice trip. They paid off some bills. And they've got like $3 million left. What are they doing with that? Are they vacationing and sitting on the beach in Cancun? No, they're doing it again. And now this time, instead of starting with $10,000 or $20,000, they're starting with about $100,000 or $200,000 that they put into it. They didn't risk all their money, but now they're going to grow that business. And in 2 or 3 years from now, they're expecting to sell that for about 12 to 15 million. And so they're getting ahead. It's leverage, and there's no better opportunity than doing this. That's why there's over $1 billion of outside capital out there right now that's ready to invest in these businesses. You do the dirty work up front, get it going, prove the concept. People will pay you for this, and they'll pay you really well. And you can take that money and just completely do all kinds of things with your life. Because selling on Amazon as a third-party seller, as an FBA seller, right now, and it's going to continue this way, it's the greatest opportunity there is out there in business. Selling on Amazon can truly change your life and can change the life of yourself, your family, your financial future, everything. It's amazing what it can do, but you got to do it right. If you don't do it right, it's not going to work for you. And so that's what we're going to show you here in the Freedom Ticket. So I hope you're ready to get going, because the next module, Module 4, we're going to start getting into it, and we're going to show you how to build a true business and to start to change your future selling on Amazon and using the Helium 10 tools and everything else that you need to know to really crush it. So I'm looking forward to teaching you, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next module. So take care until then, and we'll see you in Module 4.